Hello and welcome to Toffee Bluecast. Here we are with the pre-match the night before, and it's a big one. And I'm going to get Paul involved straight away because we've got a couple of bits to talk about at the start before we go into the pre-match, because a few things have popped up, as you probably already know. People in the comments get involved on this. We won't hit this too much, but I'll get him straight involved because we just had some news. So we'll hit it straight away, Paul. We've just had that statement from Bill Kenwright, and it's not what I wanted to be talking about in a pre-match. It's negative stuff, but what do you think on it?
Well, it was nice of Bill to let us know how he's getting on, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Not good timing, but
But the thing is, lots of people are angry about it. But to be honest, nothing's changed. You know, people weren't a big fan of Bill before he came out with the statement. So, you know, our approach to and thoughts about the board haven't changed. To Bill haven't changed. They've not changed to the towards the team or the manager. It's not going to affect anything that happens on the pitch. The only people it's affecting is us if we let it. So let it go. It's just scribbled down. It's absolutely meaning nothing, because it's really just about him. It's about how he's been ill. He's defending people on the board. He's saying his executive is great, best in the business according to most people in football apparently. But it doesn't change how we approach the game or how we support the team. So therefore, for me, it's just irrelevant. It's just irrelevant. It doesn't mean anything.
No, you was listening on a space last night. I went on a space and I said, we've just got to focus on these games. And that conversation was made last night on the board. And I says, we've got to just switch it off. And he's come out and done that statement. I think he's a bit rattled. Something's obviously ruffled his feathers. And
well, yeah, because all the fans at the club that, you know, he says he loves are against him, and you can't understand why. But that's up to him. That's up to him.
He's a very deluded man, and I think because of his power in the club, he will always look down on the fans and belittle the power that the fans have. And as I said last night, you won't beat the fans. You just won't. The fans are the football club, and you will not beat the Everton fans. And he knows that, and he's starting to realise it. That's why he's bit. And it's just, don't let it stress you out. Don't let it make your heads fall off, because we've got 7 games to stay up. And that's what we're going to go into now. And he's not worth us getting stressed out about over. He's gone. He will be gone. And I do believe they'll be gone, and we'll sort it out because it's our club. But I won't go too much on it. He's come out and said some stuff. He's obviously a very deluded man. And I did say, one last thing was that I did say them doing the "we care about your health" thing would backfire. I thought this in my head, because I've seen no tweets or anything caring about Bill Kenwright's health. And then all of a sudden they said we care about him. And he's seen that. This is how clever they are and how twisted that board are. He's seen that as a way to get in and be okay with us and act like everything's okay. Like we care about him. But obviously the health thing, whatever. But yeah, it's one of them. Palm it off.
He's read the room wrong again, you know. If you're not well liked, if you're going through a period of not being well liked, you don't come out with I'm ill. Particularly to football fans.
Totally agree with you.
Because they'll see straight through it. You know, exactly. especially with directors and everything else, it's what they actually do. It's not so much what they say that matters.
I just think give him that week holiday that he hasn't had, because it's not right what Mashir is doing. Give him that week holiday and just make sure there's no ticket to come back and let him just not come back, and we'll change the board. It's just stupid.
He's going to be, you know, chances are it's London, so he's going to be at the game, and there'll be pictures of him at the game and stuff. Just let it fly over your heads, because it doesn't matter at the moment.
That's one thing that will frustrate me, though, is if it does affect the fans, because our fans need to be on the ball. They kept us up last season, and as I said last night, it's our fans that are going to keep us up again. So I just really hope it doesn't distract, and that's why Paul said earlier on, he agrees with what you say, and what you said is bang on. Don't let it affect you. Just don't bite. They want us to bite. Don't bite. Focus on these games. And now we will get into the games, because this is the most important thing. We're seeing a frigging Arsenal match going on. Southampton trying to get out of this frigging relegation battle. This is what we need to focus on. Yeah. Everton, our football club, could go down. Our fate is going to be decided in these 7 games. And you can't not frigging focus on this. This is massive. So the pre-match, we have Crystal Palace. I'll drop it on the screen now. By the way, if you've on this channel and you've not listened to it before, people in the comments, comment as we go. Get involved. I'll put your comments on the screen. Everything Everton's there saying, love you guys. We missed you. Feels like this one's been forever. Jamie's there as well. Get involved in the comments. Talk about the content we're going to put up. Now, we do go out of way to get good content for you. And we have a structure. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about both teams' form, the last 7 games. And we'll just talk about the form, and then we'll move on. And me and Paul will look at both teams' players. I'll put it on the screen for you in the comments and tell me what you think. And then after that, we all get excited and do our lineup when I put the stuff on the screen. But wait, after that, we'll say our lineup after we've talked about both teams' players, and then you give your score predictions. So hold fire. Don't say it yet. And just say it as we go and drop it in, because I like to put your stuff in as we go. Stay with us. Don't leave. This will be a good one. Right. So last 7 games, Paul, we'll get it on the screen.
Yeah.
See how both teams are playing. We've got Crystal Palace.
Yeah. Tricky opponents. Last 2 times that we've been there, we've lost. The 10 times before that, we hadn't. It was many draws. So it's just in the last year, last couple of years, really, where we've fallen down. Because remember when London absolutely was a nightmare for us to go. We lost sort of every away game to every club who ever played in London. So the last couple of times at Palace haven't been great, but it doesn't mean that this won't be.
Always felt like we got scared when we played at London, but hopefully these players have got a different personality now. We often crumbled. I had a big conversation with someone last night, you probably heard, and Everton fan, he was saying that these are amazing. They've won the last 3 games. They're going to batter us. But when I went and looked at the 7 fixtures, they've also lost the 3 games before that as well. 4 games before that.
4 games before, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was going to say that the thing is as well is that those 3 wins are against 3 of the bottom 5 sides.
Exactly.
You know, so if you looked at each of those fixtures individually, you give them a good chance of winning anyway, wouldn't you? The 4 before that, Arsenal away, Brighton away, City at home, Villa away. You know, so they lost 4 on the bounce there. So they're very, I don't know, in some ways unpredictable, Palace, but also in many ways not, to be fair. I mean, if you took that Arsenal, Brighton, City and Villa game just separately, you would expect the other sides to win those. So in some ways, Palace are predictable in their results recently.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I think the new manager change, they've clearly had a little bit of a bounce. The manager, he knows the players anyway. He's made a little change and they've done that play for you thing. We had a little bit of a bounce under Sean Dyche. And it's you've got to look at this team. Vieira got sacked for a reason, because this team wasn't playing well, and that just doesn't go away. And we've played well against this Crystal Palace team in the relegation battle game that kept us up, and we also beat them under Lampard, our only game that we played well against the players that they've got. So don't let those 3 games scare you. That's one thing I will put out, the 3 wins that they've had on the bounce, because that can soon change. I mean, look at us. We was unbeaten in 4 and we've gone and lost 2 now. It can change. Yeah. And our form is dipping. I'm getting scared of our form looking at us there, Paul, because I've kept saying, we drew against Chelsea, it's all right. We drew against Spurs, it's all right. But then after that, I wanted us to be better against Man United. I wanted us to be definitely better against Fulham. And these games, you don't get them again. They're going away now. And this is a big game, Crystal Palace, that I feel we've got to try and take 3 points from it. Minimum a draw.
Yeah, each one is. But same with the teams below us, around us. You know, that we're all in horrendous form. You know, Leeds. I mean, Leeds will have been saying exactly the same thing after getting battered 5-1 against Palace. You know what I mean? Southampton would have seen Palace as a game where they could get points from, like we saw Fulham, to be honest. And so it's very much like. So I was just keeping half an eye on the Arsenal Southampton game.
What's the score? I didn't look while I was setting this up because I was running late. What's the score?
Well, for those not,
it was 2-1 last time I looked.
Yeah, it's still 2-1 now.
Oh.
Ramsey decided to gift Southampton a goal after about 28 seconds. Then Walcott scored. Thanks, Walcott. And then Martinelli came back with a goal. So at the moment, it's all Arsenal. It's 2-1 though. And we're about 55 minutes. So
you could guarantee if that result didn't affect us that Arsenal would beat them 5-6-0, no stress. But because the result brings Southampton back in this, it affects us. Absolutely bloody crazy.
Well be the case. I mean, what I was going to say about Palace as well is before those 4 games, they drew at home against Liverpool, they drew away against Brentford, drew at home against Brighton. So they don't give a lot away anyway. They don't give a lot.
Let's have a look.
4-1's a bit different, but
let's have a look at them now.
Don't give away much. And for us, no, our form's not great, but neither is Southampton or Leicester or Forest or Leeds or West Ham.
No one's consistent. No one's consistent in the league, in fact, or even if you go for the teams at the top, no one's consistent now. They're all dropping points.
Looking at that and I'll tell you. God.
Yeah, you just don't know what's going to happen. Now, I'll drop on the screen. I put a bit of time into this, so I hope you appreciate it. Keep it with us. We'll make this a nice fast flow with you, and we'll make it interesting. And you'll like the stuff, because I do go out my way to get good stuff for you. We'll drop on the screen this. Look at that. There we go. That took me bloody ages. I know, because it more when you do it upwards, the picture's smaller. When you do it sideways, it's bigger. And I set myself on something here, Paul, now, because this does take me a lot longer than what it should. But yeah, there you go. That is both teams.
I love this because it looks as though like the grey ones are the ghosts of previous players.
Oh, they don't just come bloody grey. I had to make them grey. Everything there has been moved and has been downsized and put. Yeah. Even those names I put in there as well, so people don't realise the effort I go to give you good bloody content on this channel. And that does get. If I went on a channel now and someone showed me this, I'd say yes, thank you. I can look at both teams and see what both teams have got. So you best appreciate what I do on this channel. It takes me about an hour to do that. And you lot just get on the channel and look at it. And I've done everything there. I put everyone on. And all the players, obviously the ghost players, are the players on the bench. And then the
way that we're going to refer to them as ghost players.
Ghost players, yeah. On the bench, ain't they? So they are ghost players. We'll call them ghost players. You've got to get some and I've even put the names on the Crystal Palace players, because last time I did it, I didn't know any of the names and I didn't put the names on and I got confused. I put it along the bottom. So I put the names on the Crystal Palace players because every Everton player, because we're Everton fans, we know the names of the Everton players. Yeah. I don't think we need the names on those. But Crystal Palace ones, I put the names and I've even written the subs there as well. So this will give you a good look, people. I just see we appreciate it, Dan. Yeah. It's good. Yeah. I don't see stuff like that on other channels. So there you go. I've done that for you to get everyone a good insight. Right, so let's talk about it then. Crystal Palace, we talk about them first. What you seeing, what you're scared of?
Well, more scared of ourselves, to be honest. Palace, I think when Roy's come in, they weren't scoring very many goals beforehand, and that had been for a few months. That wasn't just the tough games away against Arsenal and such. One thing that I did notice, I mean, there's no Zaha at the moment. He's injured. So like you said there, he's not going to be featuring tomorrow, which in the past we were going to be like, oh, right, that's great. Zaha's not playing because he's their best player. But actually, Zaha has been injured in the past. I sort of found out here, really.
Well, Coleman always had Zaha in the bag, but we ain't got Coleman, so that's probably good.
Yeah, well, he was injured. And they got draws against Brentford, Brighton, and Liverpool. He then came back from injury and they lost the next four. And then injured, they won the next three again. So in some ways, you could maybe point out that it's the teams that they just played. Another way you could say is that Zaha actually didn't offer a great deal in creating, or he wasn't involved in any assists and things like that. So the players that we have got to be aware of are the likes of Eloise and Eze. They're the young lads who are causing the trouble. Edouard is almost like a Benteke figure, maybe a bit more mobile.
I wanted him, Edward. We was linked to him, weren't we? I wanted him, but he hasn't done majorly good there, so I wasn't that bothered in the end.
Yeah, he's more mobile than Benteke was, but he's not prolific, really. I don't think he's very much in the box area, box player. He'll just be around inside the sides of the 18-yard box, and he'll just be sort of hanging around, making himself a little bit awkward. Ayew is, well, we've all got our opinions on him. We don't like him very much when he's been to Goodison in the past, and he's just one that will just get stuck in
dirty against us, isn't he?
People. If anything, he's the Mope of their side, but seems to get on the score sheet a little bit more often. And so attacking wise, I think Roy's just said, since Vieira went, I think Roy's just said to the young lads, just go and express yourself. I don't think it's been very structured. I think they've just been free and easy to go and create chances as they see fit. Defending wise, they've got Decore in the middle, who's box to box, very much like we hope ours would be when he's playing. The one that's interesting for me is Schlupp, because Schlupp used to play left back. So straight away, it's showing you that attacking wise, Palace are going forward with a 4-3-3. Eze's joining the attack. Schlupp's sort of left hand side, and he gets the odd goal as well. Defensive wise, they do very much what we hope to do, and so it would be a case of maybe Schlupp moving to the left hand side, Elise, moving on the right hand side. So they will generally have three in the middle. Decore's in there, Schlupp maybe in there, Eze in there. Although they've originally, they've got forward-thinking players, they will have people in the middle of the pitch.
This is links to what you're saying. Jamie, I'll say his name right this time, Warrington.
Wharton. Dan. Wharton.
I say Warrington, don't I?
You do say Warrington a lot, yeah.
My partner ripped me on it and said you say his name wrong. You do know that, and he said I've always felt bad, so I just let you say the name. I'm just going to change your name to what I want it. But yeah, his comment here says Hodgson worked wonders with these, and he's took the shackles off him. And what you're saying, it's linked to that. He's put a defensive player in the midfield and just said to those players go forward. And the players that scare me is as Elise and the Edward at the striker. They do scare me, but I'm not that scared of Ayew and all the rest. Decore, I don't feel is that good.
No, it's the two. It's Elise and Eze seem to be the ones who.
You know what? Do you know what did me then? I was thinking about it that much when he commented above. I thought, right, make sure you say it right. That I'd turned it around in my head how to actually say it and forgot anyway. Oh, my days. Dan will be Dan. You won't take the Dan out of Dan. Right. So I will say your name wrong. Just get used to it. But yeah, like I say, Decore, he always picks up yellow cards. He's not that good at tackling. That middle doesn't look that good. And I know I'm not going to say too much this game because I down-tooled that Fulham team last time. And there was a lot better than what I thought. So I'm going to pay freaking Crystal Palace, if there's any Crystal Palace fans on respecting. I'm going to respect that team for what it is because they have got some good players there, especially attacking. I mean, we've got to be on the ball to stop those attacking players.
The thing about Fulham as well is that it was mentioned on the space that you're on last night as well, was that Fulham didn't have fantastic players in that middle of midfield, but what they did have was numbers. So they played a 4-2-3, then a 1. And so when they didn't have the ball, they had the people in the middle of midfield. So James Garner and Garner Gay didn't really, they were playing 2 against 4 most of the time. That's why they were being passed around. That's why they looked lost. And in this side, if we did go 2 again in the middle, you're potentially doing the same thing, because as soon as we lose the ball, Eze's a good baller. Schlupp's no slouch on the ball. Decore, Paul Caswell's said about him being slow, but again, he's a big bugger, isn't he? And so they can keep the ball quite well, to be fair. Ayew and Edouard would link up playing it as well. So if we do go 2 in the middle again, which I hope we don't, I think hopefully we've learned from that mistake over a couple of games, then if we don't do 3, then it could happen again, to be honest.
Another thing that I'll pick out is that defence Calvert-Lewin destroyed when we played him last time. He completely ran through him and they couldn't handle him. And I don't think that defence is that good. I know they've been good the last 3 games, but I definitely think we've done that defence a couple of times now. And it's the same defence. So I'm confident. There are parts that I'm scared of in this Crystal Palace team, but there are certain areas. I'll look over to Ward, right back. I think we can get at him. I look at Anderson and the other centre-back. I feel like we can hit them. And Decore in the middle, if Eze does get forward too much and doesn't do his defensive work, the middle looks a bit fragile with them only having the 2. And us, hopefully, we'll see what we're going to talk about now on Everton, but hopefully we play the 3.
Yeah.
So that's about it on them, isn't it, that we'll hit?
Yeah, I said, sort of thinking at the back, again, it's numbers. They don't have to be all great players, but they're working as a team. And we've shown that actually that's what we can do as well. When we work as a side, when we work in a decent formation and we work hard to keep our shape, then we're okay. And Palace are in a good bit of form doing that at the moment. Like I say, they don't give very much away. They don't concede more than 2 very often. And actually, in the last 6 games, we've conceded 2 or more. So, and we've drawn 2 and lost 4 of them. So, I mean, a clean sheet would be massive, a massive thing to get tomorrow. But we can only do that if we keep shape like Palace have been doing recently.
100%. We've got we with what we played like last game, we can't be the same as that against this Palace team. We've talked about them, and we haven't just down-tooled them. I mean, you've proper got into them there, Paul, and you appreciate how good they are, and that's what you've got to do. I don't think we did it against Fulham, and we've got a game on our hands here, basically. This is a very good team, in form, won 3 games, but I still feel we've got a good chance against them. Now, we'll move on to us. This is the headache now, Everton fans. Getting bloody involved in the comments. Do we talk about our players first and then say what lineup we think it's going to be, or do we just? I haven't got a clue. I don't even in the press interview. I don't know whether Calvert-Lewin's going to start. I don't even know whether Onana's available.
We talk more about the players who aren't playing than the ones who are, don't we?
Yeah. Well, it's a big part, isn't it? Because with that thing that. We need Onana to play 3 in the middle for me.
I would sacrifice having someone. I'd sacrifice having 2 players up front to have just personnel in the middle of the pitch. Do you know what I mean? And we don't have a lot of options, really. Whether it's a case of Iwobi going in the middle, or it's a case of Gray or someone, hopefully Mopey, dropping to the bench and Tom Davies coming in, and you don't have to be a massive fan of individuals, but for the sake of the team and to play a formation which is going to give us stability and a bit more protection. It's more about the formation than the actual personnel, I would have thought. If that's Calvert-Lewin, brilliant. But
I'm hoping it's Calvert-Lewin. I'm looking there. I mean, we'll talk about. I'll ask you for your lineup in a second because we'll keep it nicely flowing for people. Everything Everton, he's going out on the lash. Hope he's got the moves on. Don't get too drunk just because of the Bill Kenwright statement. Don't let it get to you. And have a good night. And yeah, everything Everton. I'll give you a shout out there. I will go back up to read your team out. I know you gave it early because you're going out, but have a good night out. Have a drink. Have one for us. Make it an every night out. But yeah, I completely agree with you. It's just, I don't. Do you think Onana is available?
You can't tell. You can't tell. I can't tell. But that isn't that a way that we kind of want it like that, though, don't we? I've got to think about
not for us in the pre-match when we're trying to pick a team.
I've got to think about managers who just freely give every piece of information possible at the press conference. I know you got to give little bits for the fans and everything else, but I tell you what, I'd love the reaction on Palace's faces if tomorrow suddenly we did turn up with Onana and DCL. I mean, how much of a boost is that to the team, and how much of a kick in the teeth is it to the opposition?
It's a good card to play, but it just makes us so scared because I said we'd have Calvert-Lewin and Onana last game, and then when I looked, I shit myself and we didn't. So now I want to know early because I'm a bit worried. I'm like you. At first, I was like, yes, I like Dyche keeping everything secret. He's a boss person. He ain't going to tell people what he thinks. And now I'm a bit like, oh, can you tell us, please? Because I do want to know. But yeah, I'm 50-50 on him being secretive. Now, we'll drop. We haven't talked about Everton. What we'll do is we'll say our lineup now because people are getting itchy in the comments, dropping. Paul Caswell's just jumped in with his lineup. I've got everything Everton's up there. So we'll say ours now while we've got this on the screen. I'll get Paul to say his. And then after we've said our lineup, we'll go more into these players. That's probably the best way to do it, isn't it? So what's your lineup for this game, Paul? Go on, and I'll read yours out in the comments as well. People in the comments, put your lineup. What would your lineup be for this game, or what do you think it's going to be? And we'll read the lineups out, and then we'll do score predictions. So, what's your lineup, Paul? Shock me.
Well, presuming the accurate.
It went.
I'd have Tarks and
go on.
Personally, I would have Tarks and Cody. To be honest with you, I think it will be. I think it will be Tarks and Keane. I'd like to have Ben Godfrey on the left hand side, if possible, against Elise. I think that would be a decent battle. I think Mikalenko could get overrun with Eze and Elise on what would be their right hand side, our left.
So you've got Ben Godfrey on the left.
Yeah, I would.
Tarkowski, Cody, and who you got on the right if you're going Ben Godfrey?
I'd go Patterson right back. I think he would have legs on Ayew. Schlup's on the left hand side as well. I think he'd have legs on him, and he can get stuck in Patterson. He's had a couple of weeks back, a few weeks back after injury and stuff like that. He was in the side a little bit as well last time. He needs to get game time, I think, and I think he can do the job that Seamus obviously can't do because of injury. So I'd have Ben Godfrey left back, and I'd have Patterson right back.
It's so weird how Ben Godfrey plays so much better left back and right back. He never can play that position as good. I think it's because he focuses more, maybe because he's on the wrong side. He probably focuses more and stays more switched on, and that might be the reason.
Yeah, well, to be fair to Godfrey, I mean, he's been moved all over the show. I mean, ideally, he would love to be a centre back, wouldn't he? Doing his job that he's been training for, and so he's been almost like a utility defender. And at the moment, because of personnel that we've got or not got, he can't get away from that. So hopefully, in time, he'll become one of the best sort of centre backs we would have in our squad. At the moment, he's our utility defender.
He's nowhere near centre back at the minute, is he? So you've got the four at the back. Now, what's your formation? Because I presume it's going to be 4 something.
Yeah, it'd be our 4-5. Like usually, it'd be sort of our 4-5 and then one up top.
So you're going 4-5-1. So who's in your 5 in midfield?
I would go Ghana Gay's in the middle of midfield for me. I mean, if Onana's fit, Onana's in. Do you know what I mean? Presuming that he's not going to be fit, I would have Iwobi in the middle with Ghana Gay. And I would also have James Garner.
Iwobi, Ghana Gay, James Garner in the middle.
Yeah, I would. Of the ones that we've got available, if Onana's fit, I would swap out James Garner.
My big problem with that is I don't think no one could play right wing and do what Iwobi does right wing, but a lot of people will probably do what you're doing and bring Iwobi into the middle. So you brought Iwobi in. You've got a big decision to put someone on that right wing now. I presume you're going to go Mykolenko left wing, ain't you?
No, I'm going to keep O'Neill.
Not Mykolenko. McNeil.
Well, yeah, I'm actually going to do a little bit of a switch, to be fair, because I think we need to be strong. I don't think we're going to get down to their byline very often. I think crosses coming inwards towards goal is going to be better for whoever is on their own up front. If that's DCL, great. If not, I think maybe change of tack, to be honest. I don't think we're going to get to the byline very often. So I'd play McNeil on the right-hand side in front of Patterson, because I know McNeil works hard. I'd play Gray on the left-hand side in front of Godfrey, because I think Godfrey can allow Gray not to have to come back too often. And that's the midfield. So Gray on the left, O'Neill on the right, Garner Gay, James Garner, and Iwobi in the middle.
You've got good reasons behind everything that you've played there, to be fair. Who are you having as striker?
DCL's first choice, Sims to second choice. And have we got anyone else?
There's a ghost, but he is there. He's actually the first choice there, going from last frigging game. He's actually the one in the colour this time. But
yeah, he's the one that's getting picked above Sims, and we, so far DCL isn't playing.
Mopé don't care though, because in training he was still giving it large, like he had a good performance. I watched the training session thing on YouTube when they all come out, and he was like, "Oh, it's nice weather and stuff." He's got, I don't know if he's got a big personality or whether he doesn't realise he played crap last game. But if he plays, I'll be behind him. I hope he don't play. But you make some good points though. I like that you said you played Godfrey left back, but you put Gray that side because you feel Godfrey can handle himself. Yeah. And I like that you said that on the other side that you've gone for Patterson, and you've also said that he could handle AU's speed, and that you've really thought into it, and I like that. And you've made me think that your lineup's good. So mine's different, but I still think yours is good. And if it is yours, you've got good reasoning behind it all. I'll drop mine now, and then I'll read people's in the comments, and then we'll do score predictions. Mine's not that good, you know. My lineup.
Have you got Pickford?
My lineup's not that good at all. I was going to stick with Mykolenko, although he hasn't been that good. I don't know why. I've just watched him in training. He was getting used a lot, so I think he could get used. He did score in training. I don't know if that means anything. I'll stick with Mykolenko.
Everyone scores in training, Dan. Everyone scores in training.
I know. He scored a good goal, though. I'll tell you a player that was scoring in training, McNeil. If you watch the training session, he smashes them in top corner, and he's definitely going to score this game. He's our best player at the minute, McNeil.
Well, if he plays on the right hand side, he can cut in and shoot, can't he?
Yeah, he'll be good. I'm trying to think where I've got him. I haven't got him on the right hand side. I've got Mykolenko. Then I'm going to go for Tarkowski. I'm going to say it's going to be Michael Keane. Now, a lot of people are getting angry about this. This is where they could turn against Sean Dyche, and I'm hoping Dyche hasn't got his favourites and goes with the best player for that position. Now, I would be tempted to put Mina there. I really would, as a one-off against Crystal Palace, because Crystal Palace have got some big boys, and I think that Mina could handle some of those players in this one game. It's just about winning the game, not about freaking liking players. I'd be tempted to put Mina next to Tarkowski, because they're both... I feel like Tarkowski's been carrying Michael Keane a little bit. I really do. And I'd like Mina to go there because he's a big player when he's on it. And Tarkowski could just focus on himself then and they could both do well. So I'm going to put Mina there. I think it will be Keane, but I'm going to put Mina there. Okay. On the right-hand side, I would stick with Godfrey. Now, I would play Patterson right wing. I know that's risky. This is if Onana isn't playing. I'd do what you've done. I'd move Iwobi in with James Garner and Garner Gay. And I'd play Patterson on the right because I don't feel like no one can play that right wing position. I feel like Patterson's got a good cross on him for DCL, who I'll play striker. Yeah. I feel like Patterson's got a good cross on him. And I still feel that he could help Godfrey out because Godfrey hasn't been playing that well. So at least Patterson will have the switched on brain to get back as a right winger. People will think I'm crazy, but he played right wing back, Patterson did. So I'm sure he could do that job because I'm scared of some of these Crystal Palace players. And I want to make us solid. I don't just want to give them the 3 points in this game. So go Patterson right wing, move Iwobi in with James Garner and Garner Gay and just play Mikalenko left wing. And then I play DCL up top. And I think with Patterson and McNeil, we get the crosses in. I think we get some good crosses in. And like you said, they're both McNeil's good defensively and Patterson will be good defensive. I just don't want to lose this. I don't want to think, we just let them do us too easy. These have got some fast players. And it is risky. If Onana plays, then I play Iwobi right wing. And then I just put Onana in there instead. That's the way I'm sure you'd probably do the same thing. And then Calvert-Lewin, he's got to play. I mean, I said he was definitely playing last time and cursed it. But I really do hope Calvert-Lewin is going to play this game. I really do.
It'd be massive. It'd be massive if he can. I mean, the people sort of talking about whether he should start if he's fit or should we bring him on, if he's not fully fit. I was always sort of told when I was playing is that if you can give an hour in a match is better than the last 20 minutes. It's longer. Why would you wait until you're under pressure to try and get a result to then throw someone on who could have put you in a comfortable position in the first hour of the game?
Well, Dyche said he could have gone he wanted to play more than 70 and Dyche had to take him off. And he said, he's going to be really sharp this time. So he's going to be ready. He's got to play. They know how bad it is, how frustrated we are with Calvert-Lewin not playing. And Calvert-Lewin's tweeted he's ready. So I don't think he would have done that unless he was playing. So I think he's got the go-ahead. You're going to be starting this game. Yeah. And that pre-match game was for this game. So what do you think on this team? I'll let you talk about everything Everton's team. There it goes. Pickford. It'll be a lively one, this will, I warn you.
Well, this is a mix between sort of what we said, really. So Godfrey left-hand side, Tarks and Mina, like you said. Same sort of argument with Mina being centre-back as well, is that he is a gamble in the case that he often gets injured, but how many subs have we got? I mean, on our bench, it was basically defenders on our bench for the game against Fulham. So there's no gamble really other than Mina gets injured. Well, that's nothing new. So if you did start him and he gets injured, well, you've got Keane and Cody on the bench. Or he plays a full game and has a blinder.
It's worth the risk. Like you say, you've got defenders if he gets injured. It's not like you can't afford for him to...
Yeah, that's why subs are there.
You are right in what you say. I think risk him. But it really scares me that Dyche has got that thing with Michael Keane where he's very fond of him.
Yeah.
And I hope not.
Yeah, I mean, McNeil, I presume that's left-hand side. Mills, young lad on right-hand side. There's a thing about
I wouldn't mind to see Mills, I wouldn't mind to see him because he's been scoring all the time.
The thing is, I'd like to see him before he goes off to another club, because isn't the move to Belgium on the cards, I think, or somewhere in Europe?
Oh, I got confused about this. I thought it was, no, that's Price.
Ah, that's Isaac Price.
I did exactly the same as you. I said I normally call Mills Danny Mills, and I said Danny Mills is we should have gave him a contract. I said it wrong as well. No, it's Price that's going to go. Right. Mills is the one that's quite good and that might be staying. And everything Everton always has Mills in the team, and he has been playing well. I'd be tempted to put him in, It's a good team.
Do you think they're related?
Who?
Is this really Danny Mills, who's everything Everton?
Danny Mills is dad, and everything Everton's Danny Mills.
That's it.
It's got to be. He loves Mills. His son keeps putting him in the team. It's got to be.
It might be.
He is good, though. Yeah, that's why I could never say no to him, because it's a risky move playing a young lad in a relegation battle. But Stanley Mills, when I've watched him, he's not scared, and he is good. I watched him in the pre-season, and he's one of the good young ones, but so risky playing him in this relegation battle.
Not seen enough of him, to be fair. Not seen enough.
I don't think
Mills on the right-hand side and then DCL up front. It's as good as any other one, to be fair.
Paul Caswell, he was on the space last night. What's his team? Here we go. Pickford, Patterson, Keane, Tarkin, Miko, Gray, Onana. Okay, go on. Yeah, it's similar to us, isn't it? It's very similar with the Onana thing.
Yeah, Iwobi's the glaring omission there, so it depends how you feel about Iwobi.
I'll let you read this one out. Pickford,
Patterson, right back. Keane and Tarks in the middle. Miko, left back. Middle for Onana, Garner Gay, and James Garner. Iwobi right, I presume. McNeil left, and Gray up front. And it might well be, to be fair, Jamie, because we don't.
That's
know
our best team.
Yeah, with the ones that we know are available. Hopefully, Onana is. With the ones that are available, that's pretty much what we expect, I think.
That is our best team. That's what we played against Arsenal. That's what's good. If that is available, I would definitely play that team. I'd be tempted on Calvert-Lewin up front if he is available, but I think Gray there and Calvert-Lewin to come on. You never know whether that's going to happen.
I can see. I mean, even though both teams are going to go into it hoping not to concede, might go in and make.
You had a little freeze there. I'll let you back out and then put you back in. John Foster, how are you doing? Nice for you to come on. Love you coming on. And bloody Arsenal, yes, we are frustrated, but it's always going to be the hardest way. It's going to be. Yeah, I did correct saying it was Isaac Price there. My partner said, "You do realise John Foster is Paul's dad, don't you?" I goes, "No, I didn't even." I didn't even know. Absolute legend, love him. Mrs. got Eliana put a comment on there, love art, and yeah. So I was hoping Arsenal brought that back. I was hoping that news by your dad was going to be that with John Foster was going to be that we.
Well, it's 3-2 now.
What? Not the way we want it now.
Yeah, it's now. Well, it's now 3-2
to Arsenal.
No, 3-2 to Southampton.
Oh, bloody hell!
And so Arsenal have just scored, so it's 3-2. They're on 88 minutes. So cue Arsenal late comeback.
It's frustrating because all these teams at the top we play well against, and I think we do well. I thought we did well against Arsenal, and they're going to have that result now. I thought we did well against Tottenham, then they go on a crap after we've played them. Then I thought we did well against Man United. They've gone and knocked out the cup.
Yeah.
All these teams at the top, they're letting these teams at the bottom get points, and they're making this relegation battle as hard as it can be for us. They're not helping us out. You'd think with these teams at the top being in competition for Champions League and stuff like that, Arsenal would have smashed them tonight. I really thought that, but they're just not doing it, are they? We've got to do it ourselves to stay up. We have got to do it ourselves. Now, we're on the end now. We're coming up to 45 minutes. Been a bit of a long one, but it's all good. Score predictions.
I know. I think we can definitely get something out of the game. I'd like to think that the week has been focused on being better defensively away, particularly after conceding so many goals away in the last 6 games. So,
is that true?
No, I think my dad's just hoping for it.
I thought he's getting me going, isn't he? Oh, I like
I think he had his fingers crossed. I think he had
Oh,
his fingers crossed.
I thought it was then. Oh, he got
No,
me
it's
going
like
there.
that. So yeah, I think a 1-1. To be honest, I think a 1-1.
Well, we'd take it, wouldn't we? I suppose 1-1.
We would.
Against them away.
Don't lose away. Get a couple of wins at home.
Someone pushed me on the score last night. He goes, "What score do you think it's going to be?" I'm going to have to stick to that score I said, and I wasn't ready for it. I scored 3-3. There you go. Your dad was lucky. He said that it would happen. It probably wasn't a penalty, but he was right. Is it no VAR?
It's just turned 90 minutes, so
it's like a live football match now. Get it! Come on, Arsenal!
God, it's like an Arsenal watch along, this, isn't it?
I know. We have to do a watch along if we actually don't go on these late live streams. Otherwise, it'll be 10 years later. Well, it'd be good to do a watch along on the channel. But yes, get in. We watch every bloody game this season, and a draw is massive to not let them get the 3 points because we want those teams to stay below us. Get in. That's good. 3-3. James just said 3-3 as well. Your dad was lucky charm on that. So score predictions. You've gone 1-1.
I got 1-1. I think
we've got to be honest on what we think. That's what we do.
I think for them, Eze at the moment's in good goal scoring form, so I think he'll score for them. And I think we will have equaliser in the last quarter, 10 minutes. And why don't we say, why not we say McNeil? He's now our joint top goal scorer, I think.
Yeah, I'm going to go for 2-1 that I said last night. And I've definitely got to get McNeil in there. I think he's got that. Once you score a goal, he's got that confidence now, McNeil has. And he's been the only player that has been performing every game. And I think McNeil will score. And I also think that Calvert-Lewin's going to start and he is going to score. Calvert-Lewin's going to get a goal this game. He needs it as well. He does need it. If he comes back and gets a goal, he can probably play 3 games in a row and try and keep us up. Now, that's what I've got. There's some good scores here. I'm just reading them now. Some crazy ones.
Positive. It's good.
Mine's 2-1. And who's going to score for them? I'm just going to go for the striker, that Edward or whatever his name is. Yeah, I think he'll probably score, the striker. But 2-1 I'm going to go for. That's my score. It's going to be an interesting game. It's not an easy one. But I do believe we can win, I really, 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 really do believe that we can win. And I'm passionate about this game. And we need to turn things around. We need probably 3 wins and a draw to stay up. If we can win this, we only probably need 2 more wins and a draw to stay up. That's the way you've got to look at it.
The teams around us will be saying the same sort of thing. And it's getting those wins, isn't it? And we've all got some tough fixtures, to be honest. We've all got some hard ones. I'd certainly prefer our fixtures to Forest's or Leicester's or even Leeds, to be honest.
Just trying to see the scores then. Yeah, I would as well. Jamie, I got confused there because I thought Jamie said the Everton score was going to be 3-3, but then I realised he meant this game is now 3-3. But Jamie's score is 2-0.
Yeah.
And he's gone for McNeil and DCL. So he's very similar to me, but I've given them a goal and he hasn't. He's been a bit more of a Scrooge and not give Crystal Palace a goal. And he's got the clean sheet that you said would be hard to get.
That'd be great.
Perfect. Yeah.
Get a clean sheet, then we've done well.
John Foster, 1-0. He likes his 1-0s. He don't give goals away easy, does he, John Foster?
No, he likes drama. Likes the last-minute goal.
Yeah, last-minute goal.
There'd be a lot of pressure on that penalty.
He liked his penalties as well. He wanted one, but he did bring that luck early on. He was right that it was going to be 3-3, so maybe your dad is going to be right that this could be 1-0. I'd take a 1-0. Sean Dyche loves a 1-0.
There's 8 minutes of injury. 8 minutes of injury time.
They can win. They can win. Arsenal can win. While we're on it, Arsenal can win. They can do it. Lucky Everton, even though we're not playing. Paul Caswell has said 2-0 Everton. And
it'd be good. I mean, the thing is, very much like you were saying last night on the space.
Tease in the bin.
I know. It always is.
Tease in the bin. There you go. It's foot
I'll
Palace.
tell
Yes,
them.
that's the attitude we want. Yes, come on, let's just do them. I believe we can do it. Let's do this. Forget that shitty board. Us as fans have just got to do it. Get them over the line again, then we'll sort this club out ourselves as fans.
And the thing is, after we've spoken about it as well, there's potential for us to do well. I feel much better about it now than get off, will you? My cat Blue
loves the channel, doesn't it? I get my dog involved as well.
Yeah, I think after dissecting it, I think we've got a good chance of getting something tomorrow.
I think we'll do. We can do this, team, and we've got to stay positive. I did a space last night, and I just did it for the reason that a lot of Everton fans are scared to be positive, and I just think that's not the way to go about things. I did a poll, didn't I? It was, do you think Everton are going to stay up?
Do you think Dyche can keep us up?
Yeah, do you think Dyche can keep us up? And I think there was like 1,600 Everton fans that actually did the poll, and it was 75% saying yes, they believe that Dyche can keep us up, but a lot ain't showing it. And I think if you believe it, just get behind it. That's what I think, and we can do it. I honestly do believe that we'll do this channel now together. Keep coming on. We'll go through this, and we will be celebrating Everton staying up. We will. It won't be easy. It won't be easy. We'll go through this channel together, and I honestly promise you, I do believe that we will stay up. And if the worst case happened that we didn't, at least we freaking tried and we believed and we was positive on this channel just for Everton to stay up. I don't see the point of being negative. Let's just be positive. I think we can do it. Crystal Palace, I fancy us. We can beat them. Newcastle at home, after we beat Crystal Palace, we'll be ready for it. Get 2 wins on the bounce. Probably only need 1 more win. That is how simple it is. Honestly, that is how simple it is. I believe 3 wins to stay up. Now, 3 wins in 7 games isn't a lot. Stop saying, oh, we haven't won many games this season. Who cares? This is 7 fresh games. Let's just do it. Let's smash these up. I'm pumped for this. This is a problem. I can't sleep after these because we can't go down. We really, really can't go down. We all love Everton, and Everton has so many fans all over that are just passionate. It's a club that does connect. I mean, I used to live Derby, and the amount of Everton fans, even at Derby, there was a guy that worked in Ladbrokes that was an Everton fan. There was a guy that worked that used to come in the clothes shop I worked in. He was an Everton fan. There's so many different Everton fans, and we're all amazing. And I just think we've got to stick together. Yeah. And I'm waiting for you to tell me there's a goal. I think we've just got to stick together, and we'll get through this. And we're going to stay up. We are going to stay up. There's no goal, is there?
No.
I bet you it's on the line, getting cleared and everything.
Yeah. I was just showing Jamie's idea.
What's he say? Massive live stream, all of us. Well, I said to Jamie, like, this channel's an open thing. It's no one's channel. It's just all. I'll just do it for all of us to get together. And I said to him at the end of the season, or when we win that game to keep us up, I'll have all of us on. I think you're allowed about 8 or 12 people on the stream.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you're allowed 8 or 12 people. So I'm going to give everyone the link and get us all on. 12 people on the screen. All of us Everton fans celebrating on the channel. So I'll have Jamie on. I'll have everything Everton on. And I'll have you all on. And we'll all just go on the channel and we'll all just have a little group chat celebrating when we stay up.
That'd be nice.
I'm not even going to talk about us going down because I don't believe it's going to happen. And if it happens, it's a worst case scenario. It's not something we should talk about until it's happened. So we're going to stay up. I'll have all you lot on the channel and we'll just do it together. This is a positive hub, this isn't it? And we're going to do it. We are going to do it. Jamie's a classic, isn't he?
He is. Yeah.
He loves his stream.
He's ready. He's ready for it, though, isn't he? And that's the thing is that when we do these previews, is that we're finding ways. We're showing ways that actually we can get decent results out of games, whatever the game is. And Sean will be doing the same thing. He'll have watched Palace lots of times, and he'll know their weaknesses and defend against their strengths and everything else. They're doing their work all the time.
He cares.
Players are going to be ready. Players are going to be ready.
He cares. Sean Dyche cares. He gets a massive bonus if we win. He wants to win anyway. He wants to stay in this job for the future, Sean Dyche does. Because I'm not downgrading the team that he managed before, but Everton's a bigger club, and this is a big job. It's probably one of the biggest jobs Sean Dyche has been given, and he is going to want to do well. He knows that new stadium's there. He knows probably a new owner's going to come in and put some money into the club, and he's probably thinking, this is my big opportunity as a manager, and he's going to excel on this opportunity. Sean Dyche is. He downcoats everything. He's like, in the press, he acts like he doesn't care, but I can guarantee when he's training those players, and behind closed doors, Sean Dyche really does want to keep us up, and he'll do it. I trust him. That's why I did that poll saying, do you think he can do it? And he's the man. He will keep us up. No goals?
And it's just finished 3-3.
I'll take, for the way that game went.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'll take the draw. Oh, it's so stressful watching all the games. I liked it then with them on live as well as we went. It's interesting. We will have to do a live one as well. We're open for anything. So any suggestions for people in the comments, put what you think we should do and we'll drop it as a channel. If you want to get on, we'll let you on sometimes. It's just an open Everton fan hub where us Everton fans get together. We want it to grow. We want more Evertonians in the comments as well.
Yeah. I mean, potentially this is, we could look back at these, these few months in a year's time or 2 years' time and think, do you remember when, I mean, Palace might have been, Palace last year was bad enough, but we may look back at these couple of seasons in a few seasons' time and think, God, we did well to stay up, and look at us now. We've got new investment, we've got a new stadium. Look at some
positivity, I like it.
Who are playing. Look at these young lads that we've managed to get in. I think we've had a change in scouting recruitment as well. I think we've got a guy in who's come in from, it might have been from Brighton, correct me if I'm wrong, to scout and get players in between the ages of 15 and 19, I think. So we're looking towards the future as well. So be positive. Ignore the other stuff that we can't do anything about. Whoever's spouting whatever letters they're sending out and doing this, that, and the other. Just focus on the game. Be positive beforehand, and enjoy the wins.
Things are what you make them. If you let them really stress you out, and it does affect fans' mental health, and that's why I often try and help people, because I know it just generally get people down. It's what you let it do to you, and I think if you let it get you down too much, I don't like that, because that board and that owner don't deserve affecting like your mental health. I just think it's bad that you should let them do that. So just stick with us. We'll boost you back up. And if someone's down, you always get someone positive, don't you, Paul? That's the thing. Even if you come on and you felt like shit, I'd probably boost you back up. And you do the same with me if I did. Use each other, bounce off each other, and let's stick together. Yeah, that's what we've got to do. Stick together, and we will do this. And it's good what you said, because it is a documentary, this, isn't it, on the channel? We'll look back on this and think, yes, this is when we got loads of shit, got stressed, stayed up. And if we didn't stay up, our club would have been doomed. But we did stay up, and we got the new stadium, we got good owners, and we got back in the Europa League. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah, it could be, in a year's time when you've got your ponytail and I've shaved my head.
Yeah, I'll get my ponytail back then. Probably lucky. I'll have another unicorn as well, because my unicorn would have had a baby by then. I would have bred the unicorns and have about 5 unicorns running around the house. You just don't know what's going to happen in the future. Oh my days! You've got to have a laugh, right, everybody? Hope that's been a good listen for you. Stick together. Like and subscribe. If you just come on this, like and subscribe. It's just an Everton thing where Everton fans get together. Why do you not want to do that? And here we go. Big game tomorrow. It's the night before, so I definitely won't sleep tonight. It's massive. I wish I was playing. I really do. I've seen you on the Everton pitch as well, yourself in your Everton kit. So when we get me and you playing, we'll be all right. Get Jamie on as well.
Our left side problems would be fine, wouldn't they?
Yeah, I'll play left back. You play left wing, and we'll switch it when we get shattered. Yeah. Up the top is... We'll do it. Big game tomorrow. I can't wait. We're going to win. We are going to win. Paul said we're going to draw, but I know he wants to win. He's just gone safe. I think we're going to win, but I'd take a draw if it went that way, because they are a good team. Let's do it, though. We're going to win. Let's beat them. Forget about the board. Forget about Ken Wright. He loves the pantomime. Don't even watch the pantomime. Let's do this. I'll drop the little banner now, and there we go. Up.